Hi, I'm Neil Whitaker, and we're now coming up to our new summer range where we're going to create some new designs with new cellophanes and new products. First of all, we're going to start off by using the wonderful grey. It's like a grey cube box, and it's 17 centimeters square, and it's quite sturdy, so it's a great box for using for hand tides. You can see at the bottom here we've already got the area where we can just gently peel away any of the white top that gives you that nice sticky double-sided sticky tape. So it's really easy to use. You can gently open your box and just take your hand inside and catch together, and there you have this wonderful sturdy cube that can be used whether it's for a hand tide or even an arrangement. And we're just going to make a very simple Biedermeier hand tide just to sit gently inside this design. So now we're going to make a wonderful hand tide to go into the wonderful grey box. We've got here some Acamilla mollis, some floral, and some beautiful avalanche roses, and we're going to keep everything quite compact. So first of all, we're going to start off by taking this wonderful lime green Acamilla mollis just around that first focal flower, and then we can start to add some more roses around the outside. And you have to remember that you need to have a spiral on your flowers, so just catch them in your hand like so. Adding a little bit more of the Acamilla mollis around the outside. So it's a nice simple design to create, and especially now summer is about, we're using those nice fresh colours. So there we have that wonderful Acamilla mollis just creeping through these white roses. So we're going to make this design with just 10 of the avalanche. So we've now got those 10 roses, and we're going to take the salal. I'm going to gently take the salal leaf around the outside. Making sure that all your stems are nice and clean as you make your design. This makes it a lot easier to be able to hold your flowers all together. And I'm just gently teasing any of the roses back up so they're all sitting at the same level. And then we're going to just gently tie the roses together. So there we have wonderful white rose hand tied, and then we've got our wonderful box. And what we're going to do is measure where we want to cut the flowers. So I'm looking at it, and where my thumb is here is where we're going to cut the flowers with the stems. So they are quite short because they are going to sit on the rim of the box. So with this design, I'm not going to put any wrap round at the beginning, but imagine that you've now got a real nice expensive container in there, glass container. Now you can see that that is just a little bit too high, which means we just need to trim the stems a little bit lower. And you've got a nice glass vase in there, and this will allow you to then arrange your roses inside your box. So now we're going to wrap the hand tide in an alternative way, and we're going to use this wonderful tinted cool grey, and it's approximately 20 inches across. So we've got one piece, and I'm going to turn and I'm going to cut that down the middle. So this makes it quite a cost-effective wrap for a Biedermeier. And now we can take the first half around. And just catch here with your sellotape. And then we now take our second piece and we're going to place that on top. And that gives you those lovely little peaks around the outside of the hand tied, which again I've just caught with some sellotape. And I've just gone around the bottom with the sellotape just to control. And roughly to about the same sort of size, roughly to 20 inches across, but what I'm actually doing is I want to create a square, so I've still got a little extra here that I will take away, because we don't want to have masses of cellophane around this design. So I folded and made a smaller square. Like so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold that in the middle so I can get the center of my cellophane. This then allows me to place my hand tied in that central point, and now I can just gently catch the cellophane, which allows me then to aqua pack the design ready for delivery. But like we were saying at the beginning, it doesn't always have to have cellophane. You could have already sold a nice vase that's actually inside this wonderful box, ready for delivery, and have the flowers placed inside there. To finish off just the hand tied inside, I'm using the black fabric ribbon, and I'm just going to make a small bow to fasten around the base. Making sure that whenever you're finishing off and tying points, that you knot, and make sure that your knot goes underneath, out of the way, so your customer's not going to see any of those mechanics, and it's neatly finished. So now we can aqua pack, we can place this wonderful little Biedermeier inside the actual box. So now we've finished the hand tied and we've placed the black ribbon onto the bottom, so now it's ready to go in your box. Now obviously the most important thing is, if you are selling a problem, it's always to make sure that you've got shop identification on. So always put your own label on there, any awards that you've got, or even if you've got your own printed ribbon. Widups do all these sorts of products to complement your design.